On this quiet beach on the outskirts of Dakar, scores of migrants began their journey to Europe. Babacar embarked on a boat close from here, one night of 2006. Fortunately, the weather was clement, but once at destination, things were much harder than he had foreseen.
Here, people used to say that if you spend 3 or 4 years in Europe, you can come back with enough money to help your family or build a house. But when you get there, the first disappointment is how hard it is to get your papers.
Though he stayed 6 years in Spain, Babacar never got his legal documents. He survived on menial jobs until one day he chose to go back home, disheartened by the hardships of his life as an illegal migrant.
I had to go and get food from the Red Cross. That I never had to do that in my country. And at one point, I had to sleep in the streets. That was something I had never imagined I would experience in Europe.
It's on a large dugout like these that the young man traveled, along with almost 100 people. After 7 days at sea, they arrived safe and sound, but many others were not so lucky. Just a few years ago, this fisherman's village was one of the main departing sites for illegal migrants. Nowadays, the dugouts are just for fishing, but over the years, amongst the population, hundreds have disappeared at sea while trying to reach Europe. Last year, Sally Condé lost her husband to the European dream. After months of being unemployed, in January 2014, he decided to try his luck with a convoy of migrants. She never heard of him again, but was told that their boat had capsized.
Sometimes you would look at our children and just break down and weep. I used to tell him not to worry, to leave it to God's will. But he could not bear not to be able to support our family.
To curb illegal migrations, the authorities are insisting on strengthening collaboration with European countries.
We are also trying to encourage the return of the migrants and then start income-generating activities in their place of origin. That could discourage others to leave home.
When he returned in 2012, Babacar received no support from the government. He managed to get a small bank loan to start a hen house with his brothers. But he and his friends keep an eye on the horizon. Many here still believe it would be easier to thrive on the other side of the ocean. Leila Jovi, BBC News, Dakar.